Story time. Eating a Wendy's chicken sandwich at an airport in New York City in the 2000s decade. Today is Wednesday, 15 October 2025. It's one of my weekend Wednesdays. And I'm thinking of doing one this week and next week and then possibly not after that. I've got some movie going routine I'm trying to figure out. So that's taking a lot of my attention. So just as a little Weekend Wednesdays update. But for the story time, here I, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi of Seattle, reflect on a particular occasion when I ate a Wendy's chicken sandwich at an airport in New York City, John F. Kennedy International Airport in the 2000s decade. As a teenage female solo traveler going back to Seattle after attending the 2009 United States of America presidential inauguration in person. Yes, so I've flown through John F. Kennedy International Airport a few times as a soloist. One of the times was in January 2009. I went to solo, and it was a presidential youth leadership conference. I attended the January 2009 United States of America presidential inauguration, like, yes, president of the country, in person. And for me, it was part of a youth leadership conference. And on the way back, so I flew Washington, D.C., New York City, Seattle, if I am recalling correctly. And on the way to it was Seattle, Detroit. I don't know if I flew in through DC. I think I flew in through Virginia or something, but I'm not certain about that. Or Maryland, or okay. Anyway, this one was particularly memorable because I was hungry and I was like, I don't know how I feel about airport food, and they had a Wendy's, and I was like, I haven't ever eaten at Wendy's, and so I was like, I wasn't actually sure on whether I was going to eat at Wendy's. I was like, I'm just going to look at the menu. So I looked at the menu, and they had a chicken sandwich, and I was like, I didn't want something big and heavy. I was like, but I do want food, so I was like, all right, I'll get a chicken sandwich. And I got the chicken sandwich, so I placed my order, and I get the sandwich, and I go to eat it, and I'm like, okay, I would like, this is the 2000s, so I was like, I would like to know what kind of patty it is. So I like open it or take a bite into it, kind of thing. And it's a piece of real chicken, and I was like, what the heck is this? And like, in a really good way. And I just remember being like, whoa. We didn't eat Wendy's at all when I was growing up. It's a for my own life story, a personal discovery. It entered my life through myself and my own discovery process. It was not a family thing, and so I was shocked in a good way. I was like, I get actual chicken on my chicken sandwich. So that was pretty cool, and it was really good, and I was like, there we go. And so it's been Wendy's has been an interesting one, because I'm like, I remember Wendy's when I like see Wendy's brought up, but it's also like I haven't necessarily eaten a bunch of fast food as an adult, so it just hasn't come on my radar. So I've made an effort not too long ago to I had a biscuit and gravy order, but I was like thinking today, I have never had a burger at Wendy's, so maybe that's something I could do today as part of my Weekend Wednesday, is go get a Wendy's burger. I was like, I think, isn't it like top 3? It's like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, in order of like biggest burger chains in the United States of America or something. And I'm like, I've never had a Wendy's burger. But I did eat it, two counted decades ago. And it was a fond memory that remains a fond memory. And Jimmy Fallon goes, good. And you can eat the Cheesecake Factory for eating the menu. If you come and visit me when you live with me. Is that being too forward? Is he going to be in the videos? Are we taking my car? We can't do that if I'm over there. So are we eating in a restaurant? Anyway, that's the story time. Eating a Wendy's chicken sandwich at an airport in New York City in the 2000s decade.